Today we celebrate Christmas here on AutoVision by doing What's Hot, What's Not. Off-season racing news. Hawkins also decides that he wants to go act childish with an RC car. We give gifts to the car companies, and we also do the first annual AutoVision Awards. So it's time for our second Racing What's Hot and What's Not, and we will be starting with this year's Toyota entry to Le Mans, the Toyota TS030 Hybrid that lost this year at Le Mans. This is the one that was driven by, what's his name?
Don't know his name.
Can't remember his name, but he basically almost killed a guy in a Ferrari, and then the other car wrecked out in the Delta Wing. So they had a great time there. They did win though at Brazil, Japan, and China. Uses an F1 style Curve system, 3.4 liter 9-degree V8. Problem is, this is the car that won, so it has to be worse than the car that won.
It didn't work.
No.
It's not a very good endurance racer for extremely long races, so I'll put it there. I don't really like it.
No. Okay, next is the new 2013 Ford Fusion Sprint Cup car. It utilizes the new, they're now allowing the teams to make the cars look more like the street cars, and actually this is a pretty good looking car.
I like the look. It's still NASCAR. So I don't know.
Yeah, we'll put it kind of verge-ish. Okay, the Delta Wing project. Nissan, it says Nissan on here, but Nissan just paid the most money to sponsor it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think? It's pretty cool, but
it's awesome.
It did pretty well actually at Petit Le Mans.
Yeah, it did well at Le Mans.
It won its class at Le Mans of one car.
Yes.
It's hot.
I like it. It's revolutionary. Nothing else like it.
It was supposed to be the new Indy car until it lost that. Okay. The Extreme Speed Motor Sport Ferrari 458. This is basically the Ferrari entry for the American Le Mans Series. It won at Petit Le Mans. 4.5 liter V8 that puts out over 450 base horsepower, 9,000 RPM red line.
It's not bad.
No. This was with the special paint scheme that they had.
Funny colors. But it's track only. And that car is a great street car, so I say put it here. Yeah. Even though it's a great race car, it's just not what I like.
Yeah. Okay, my last is Ken Block's WRC Ford Fiesta rally car for the Monster World Rally Team.
That car's hilarious. So that is a hot car.
Yes.
It's crazy.
Except it only lasts about 10 seconds, so there's no bumper.
Yeah, that too.
I'm sure it's designed for a reason. WRC is highest level of rallying.
Well, they say the RC car version comes in the box pre-smashed.
Okay.
Anyway, now we'll move on to my cars, and we start off with what has been called the hardest truck to drive in the world. It is the Pikes Peak Tacoma racing truck. It has nothing in common with the normal Tacoma. This has a 2.1 liter turbo 4-cylinder, produces 1,000
get that much horsepower out of 2.1 liters.
Massive turbo.
Yeah.
Weighs 1,950 pounds, 0 to 60, 1.9 seconds.
I watched this year at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. They had one of these. He eventually wrecked, but they get started. It must have like 10 seconds 0 to 60 time. It doesn't move, and all of a sudden it hits 60, and that thing's gone.
I'm not sure if you're thinking about the same thing that I am here. But this thing has 1,000 horsepower, and it only does 132 miles an hour. It is geared for insane acceleration, and I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it wasn't. I don't think the one I'm talking about is an exact Tacoma, but it was a newer.
Newer version.
Yeah, newer. Yeah.
Now we move on to the Mazda 787B. This
yes.
is a 4-rotor car. It's not the normal type of engine. It has a rotary engine. 2.6 liter. This thing produces 700 horsepower. Not much torque though. 458 foot-pounds. Is the first Japanese car to win at Le Mans, and it's also one of the loudest cars in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And
think it's cool. I mean, just the fact was it also the first rotary car to win at Le Mans?
Yes, it's one of the.
Yes. Now
it
that
might be the only rotary cars we've ever
well,
run.
because I think they're outlawed now, aren't they?
They very well might be. Now we move on to this year's DTM winner, the BMW M3. This is from the German Touring Car League. It has a 4-liter V8, just like everybody else, 480 horsepower, 500 newton meters of torque, 2,600 pounds, and it's not. I don't think it's very cool.
No.
It looks kind of nice, but it's just not a very cool car for me.
Okay, the last one. This one's a good one.
Oh yes, this is the Tyrrell P34. It is a 6-wheeled F1 car. 4 small tires in the front, 3-liter Cosworth V8, 485 horsepower, 268 foot-pounds of torque, and 1,300 pounds. And it has 6 wheels. I mean, what other race car has 6 wheels on it? This is hilarious. What do you think of it? Is it hot? Is it not? What do you think? What do you think?
It didn't do very well. I mean, for the
Not really.
I'd say you put it on the verge. It's kind of in the middle.
Yeah.
Neither here nor there.
I like it, but
Right over that way.
it's terribly good. So, that concludes our segment of Racing Hot and Not.
Now let's move on to a special edition of off-season racing news.
So we start today with the world of F1. Sebastian Vettel is crowned champion for a 3rd year straight. In doing so, he joins the names like Schumacher. He has shot Alonso in an incredible battle in Brazil.
That was
It rained, it poured, it
and it
stopped,
stopped raining.
it did it over again.
And I think if you walked up now pit road, you would see Ferrari said no, it's not going to rain. Red Bull said it's going to rain harder. McLaren saying it's not going to rain. It's going to rain. I mean, nobody knew what was going to happen with the weather.
It was pretty sketchy.
It was, and then kind of going on that McLaren teams. Lewis Hamilton will join the Mercedes on January 1, 2013. That's basically, I think, one of the biggest, stories of this F1 year of how his team for life, McLaren, constantly gave him awful cars back there. I mean, he probably would have been champion if it weren't for those several occasions where his car just broke on him.
There's your issue with McLaren.
McLaren's like behind Ferrari's the greatest F1 team.
I don't like McLaren's, man. I mean, they always have had issues.
Just let's continue. Let's
Okay,
avoid the
let's go
argument. U.S. road racing.
Alright, so in this segment of road racing, work has begun on a new logo and name for the merged Grand Am and ALMS. Also in ALMS, Aston will be starting as a new team in 2013.
Major teams like Corvette, Viper, Muscle Milk Racing, Dice Racing, and etc. are returning to ALMS, so they're not leaving because of this merger.
And now we move on to Grand Am racing. The series is going to visit new tracks like the Circuit of the Americas and the New Kansas Speedway road course in 2013. The alternative power GX class will start in 2013. So there you have it.
And on to NASCAR.
Alright, but just saying about that alternative power, I'm completely game. If they have diesels in it, I'll be watching every race. So everybody knows I'm a fanboy when it comes to Saab, and especially diesel.
Okay.
He still managed to get Saab in this episode.
That I
There's
did.
not anything in the script that says Saab, and he got it in. Just keep in mind here. Hawkins,
Alright, I'll start going with NASCAR. So Brad
Keselowski.
Keselowski wins the Spring Cup Championship and beats our wonderful Jimmy Johnson, whose name I still don't understand how to spell with an E.
Okay. Oh, we apologize. The new cars for 2013 have been released. The new Chevy SS was released as a Spring Cup car, and that kind of gives away what it might look like. That's a cool car.
Yeah, I like it. And
That could be in the running for next year's awards.
yeah,
Quite possibly.
and to round off the NASCAR topic, the Truck Series is going to visit a dirt track, so look forward to much sliding about.
Or is Alex going back to his roots finally?
Okay, and now the World Rally Championship. Guess what happened? Low won again for Citroen.
Wow!
Who would have guessed that one coming?
What's that? Is that 4 straight year? I'm not
I
a
think 4.
huge rally knowledge, but I think that's 4
I think
straight.
it's 4. Yeah.
Don't know, but I've heard his name a lot.
Yes, I think we've confidently said it.
Now, finishing it off.
And now, with the WEC, In 2013, the series only run 2 races of 10 hours or more. They decided not to go with the Petit Le Mans and only compete in America at Sebring next spring.
That's kind of disappointing if they're not going to Petit Le Mans, honestly.
Yeah, it's
I was hoping they would go
sad,
there.
no, that's that.
Okay, so
Thank you very much.
Here we are up on our half of rally stage, which I'm going to do it with the slash 4x4. And the golf cart usually takes about 15 seconds. I'm guessing I can probably cut that in half. Figure
Okay.
this thing tops out about 45.
Okay, we'll take a look here.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! There's 15 seconds.
There we go, here it comes.
That lap was 25 seconds, .73. 25.73.
Hawkins now has 2 more tries to beat the lap time.
Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Score!
15 seconds, .38. You did the exact same time. At this rate, you will cut it in half next. Final try.
Hawkins now has 1 final try to beat the golf cart time.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! We're not going to help you. That's 30 seconds.
And
30.63.
going.
Okay, Hawkins, so after you claimed that you could cut the time in half, what you managed to do was double it.
I don't have the right tires,
Do
nor
the-
the right electronic speed control, nor the right battery.
Do the same time as a golf cart and then double it again.
So I went up by a half. So that makes an overall grand average of like 22-ish.
Yes, you failed. Congratulations.
Yeah, but I can still do this.
Continue this Christmas spirit of this season with some gifts to the car companies. And to start off with, I'd like to give a letter to Bugatti thanking you guys for what is possibly the best car in the world, the Veyron. It has so much power and so much luxury. It is a technical masterpiece that, you know, is unrivaled at this point.
Alright, Chevy, some interior pieces not lined up to being redone. Your interior seem to be getting nicer. But please make the Corvette exterior look like an actual $100,000 sports car, not some $19,000 straight off the lot, bottom of the line piece of junk. And also to Fiat, a pat on the back that helped buy and keep Chrysler alive. Now they're beginning to make some of the nicest and fastest American cars you can think of, such as the Viper, the Chrysler 300, and the Jeeps.
Okay, and SRT, part of that whole Chrysler thing. Another thank you letter for bringing back the Viper and creating it, you know, making a GT car and hardcore track car, and in doing so, creating that old Viper Corvette Ferrari war.
And I would like to give a special gift to Porsche this year. I would like to give you a nice big box crammed full of Aston Martin designers. They have succeeded at making some of the most beautiful cars known to man. And Porsche, we think you need it because the 911 looks the same as it did 50 years ago.
When it was a Beetle.
Yes.
Yes, but then you go underneath. That's not a Beetle anymore.
Okay, continuing. And not a spiker. A doctor's ordered you please get off the legal Dutch rug because there are rumors, because of what I'm about to say, Because who in the right mind would bring back the awful, wretched, disgusting, ugly, slow, foolish, dumb, and once again awful money pit car company that is,
I'm going to control myself this time. This is only our second time doing this.
So I would also like to talk to Saab. I would like to thank you for bringing your wretched cars to an end.
And you know, I mean, there are some Saabs that weren't awful, and we're mainly just doing this to really make him mad.
Of
Welcome.
course, like usual.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Alright, now to Ferrari. A massive lump of coal for the new F70 that cannot come out fast enough for us, so we want at least a concept. Until then, coal for you.
Seriously, they said Detroit last year didn't come out. They said Geneva this year it didn't come out. They said Paris, it's still not out. It was originally supposed to be started. They're supposed to start making them in 2013, and it's not even out yet. This better be a good car.
We're waiting.
And the Chrysler.
Waiting.
And to Chrysler, we will give you once again a big box of Ford executives because Ford used brilliant business to get through a recession without government help, and Chrysler came out the worst due to the recession. Although we do tip our hat to Ralph Shields, the head of SRT, because he's kind of created that performance division of Chrysler and the Viper and stuff. So they have some good executives in there too.
And last but not least, Toyota. Some of Audi's racing years, after months times that Audi had no chance at Le Mans, although Toyota managed to wreck a Ferrari, the Delta Wing car, and themselves, while Audi won a Le Mans again.
You said Audi and Audi. You also said Le Mans and Le Mans.
Alright, my pronunciation might not be perfect. We've all figured that one out.
Doesn't matter. Let's move on to the AutoVision Awards. Okay, here we go. It is now time for the AutoVision Awards. We will start with each of our individual cars of the year. My individual car of the year is the new 2013 SRT Viper GTS Launch Edition. That's one with the blue with the white stripe from this different interior. It's incredible.
And it's a Viper in its name.
Yes, and now we move on to my favorite car of the year. And it has to be the ridiculous, the absurd, and the somewhat unpractical Lamborghini Aventador J. This car has no windows, no roof, and no windscreen, and it is insane.
Okay.
It is what a supercar should be.
Hawkins.
See, now I chose the most practical out of all of them, and honestly, I have just like a soft spot in my heart for Saab. I love Mini Coopers. So I chose the Mini Cooper Countryman All-Wheel Drive S Edition.
Okay. And now the AutoVision 2012 Worst Car of the Year. This was basically a choice of which Prius was the worst. We came out with the Toyota Prius V. Congratulations, you are the worst car in motoring.
Trying to make a van out of a hybrid car
Woo!
doesn't work.
Yes.
Now we move on to a car that does work. Our best car of the year. No money involved here. The AutoVision best car of the year is the Ferrari 458.
Money is no object.
Yes, money is no object. Is the Ferrari 458 Spider.
Yes.
It is
Really
an
good.
incredible piece of technology and art.
Okay.
And then the best new car for normal people. So something that, you know, an average family could possibly afford. Might be a little bit of a stretch, but, you know, could do it. So the AutoVision best new car of the year for average normal people is the Subaru BRZ. It is bringing cheap rear drive sports car motoring to the masses.
Yes. Okay, and now the best race team of the year. This was actually not that tough for us because of what they did. Audi Sport Team just won at Le Mans again, so we had to give them the nod for that.
And just to go on this with date, here's the world first. It's not a Viper.
There we have it.
Well, their
So-
team wasn't that good this year.
It's not a Viper.
Next year when they win at Sebring, Le Mans, and Petit Le Mans, then we'll talk.
Alright, now for one of my favorite categories. Best SUV / off-road vehicle. And honestly, along with the Mini and the Saab guy and the Diesel guy, I love Jeeps. So I had to go with the Jeep 4-door Rubicon. No matter what package you put out, whether Arctic or any other random ones they only make like 500 of, they're all good. Rubicon will beat any lifted older Jeep any day of the week.
Okay.
Then also, going with best sedan, we had to choose Cadillac ATS. Its new sharp lines, aggressive styling. It's like, the grill basically says, come at me. You want a piece of this?
And now we move on to the best sports car. This car is phenomenal. So the best sports car, the AutoVision best sports car of the year, is the Ferrari F12 Berlinetta. It is an incredible V12 powered masterpiece.
700 horsepower,
Naturally aspirated.
most powerful Ferrari ever.
That's
It
2
is-
zeros, folks.
It is completely elegant. It is insane. It is fast. It is what you want for a car.
Okay, now I'm moving on to the best car to sit in the back seat and be driven around in while you look as if you are better than everyone else. This is AKA the Rolls Royce Award. So, the best car to sit in the back seat and be driven around while you look as if you're better than everyone else is the new Rolls Royce Phantom.
It is big. It is a executive land yacht that you will look better.
And the
than everyone
horsepower
else.
is sufficient.
Yes.
And adequate.
Okay, Hawkins, you have
Alright.
the best car overall.
The Ford Focus ST is the best of all worlds. It can be a family vehicle, it can be a sporty vehicle, it can be whatever you could want it to be.
It's affordable, it's fast, it's practical, it's sporty. I mean, this was, and it was a bit of a debate
It
between
was. It
this
took us
and
about 20 minutes.
this and the Golf, the 5-door GTI.
Yeah.
But we decided that this one it's a bit better looking, it's a bit faster. It was decided that the Ford Focus ST,
Yes,
Bit
cheaper.
cheaper.
That also is a
this
plan.
it's a good car.
I mean, I hate to put it this way, it's like the family sports car. And that's literally the best way to put it.
Yeah,
It's the everyman sports car.
yeah.
Yep, and you can get this in all different specs. You can get the
You can get 5-speed manual,
You can get it 2-door
4-door.
Four-door
Yeah, 2-door,
and-
4-door.
and estate.
Yeah. Which that's only in Britain right now. It should be coming to the United States. No promises, but should be.
So there you have it.
And yes, the estate means they took it and stretched it.
Well, thanks for watching our Christmas special here today and our awards. Have a very Merry Christmas from all of us here at AutoVision and Concord Networks. Remember to watch Carino and Show their Christmas special also. I'm on it. Yay.
It ought to be a good one.
It ought to be a good one. Yeah, but Merry Christmas.
See ya.